right, hey, how's it going, everyone? Tonight it's HIIT core yoga. We're doing ground control to major tone, little bit of a star theme, little bit of a Mars inspired theme tonight. Yeah, just kind of thinking about the rover landing on Mars and perseverance and all that stuff. So it's a little bit of going to be a tougher class tonight, but the payoff is going to be great. So we're going to working on the ground control that I'm talking about is some primal movement, some animal movement, and yeah, so working on core, working on control and mobility. So you're going to get strong, and it's, yeah, just movement that you're probably not used to making, but it's really awesome if you are if you're doing other sports, running, or if you're a cyclist or a snowboarder. This class is going to be really great for just kind of tuning up just different types of muscles, stabilizer muscles, and core in particular. So anyways, we're gonna get to it. The timing tonight is going to be 50, 25, 25, 50, and there's going to be 4 different exercises, and there's going to be 4 groups of exercises, and we're going to do 2 rounds through. It's not a ton of cardio, but it's going to be sneaky cardio because some movements are pretty just intense. You'll see what I mean. Let's get to it. You don't need any props other than if you have a bench or blocks. We're going to do some tricep dips at some point, but if you don't have any of those, you can do tricep dips from the floor. They're going to be a lot easier. So if you want to make it a little bit harder, then prop yourself up on a bench or blocks. Sweat towel, water bottle, and mat, and yourself. Let's get started in child's pose. So bring your knees wide, big toes are touching, stretch your arms forward, and get grounded. So long deep breaths in and out through the nose here. Or a deep breath in through the nose, and a long deep breath out through the mouth. So the shoulders sink down, the hips pull back towards those heels. So lifting up just a tiny bit off that floor here, so you're not bringing all the weight down. We're going to just rock from side to side. So you want to engage your core a little bit here. As you're rocking from side to side, you're kind of drawing that right shoulder down, and you're drawing your left shoulder down, and breathing into that wave of motion. All right, and then come back to center. And then rise up to tabletop pose, and then back into downward, or back into child's pose. So rise up, you can round up through the spine, and then back in. Breathe deep, and then back in. So when we come back up into the tabletop pose, we're gonna go to cow. So extend through the spine, lift your chest forward, pull the shoulders back, and then come back into child's pose. My knees are still wide, by the way, so rounding up, and then extend, round, tuck the tailbone, come back into child's pose. Round up, inhale, exhale. Back up, inhale, and exhale. Walk over to the left side, so reaching over to the left, bowing to your left knee. And then over to your right side. And then come back to center. And then rise up to tabletop pose. Tuck your toes under from here, and then walk yourself back into a squat, the back of the mat. So lifting your right arm up to the sky, or you can bring your right hand onto your hip. Just turning, just getting a little bit of opening there. Bring it back down, then switching sides. Left arm, if possible, reach it up, or just down to your hip, or you're down to your knee. And then back down. Okay, come forward into tabletop pose, and then go to cow, cat, again, cow, cat. Toes tucked under, just keep pressing back into that squat position. Lift your right arm up, back down. Left arm up, back down. Drop the knees back onto the floor. This time, lift up like you're gonna go to camel pose, and then we're going to sweep both arms to the left. So that right arm's coming across the chest, and then both arms to the right. And then both arms to the left, both arms to the right. And then come back to center, reach up, inhale, exhale, just bring your hands onto your hips and take a little bit of a back bend here. We're not going too far, we're not warmed up just yet. And then come back into neutral spine. Walk hands down to the floor, press yourself into the squat again. Lift your right arm up, bring it back down, lift your left arm, bring it back down. Walk forward to plank. Okay, straighten out into plank pose. Okay, in plank pose, lift your left fingers off the floor, come up onto the left fingertips, your right hand's down to the floor, and then rock up onto the right fingertips, and then bring them down. Rock up onto the left fingertips, staying in plank pose. Bring it back down. Then the right, bring it back down. Then the left, bring it back down. Then the right, bring it back down to plank, lower through chaturanga. Do up dog or cobra, and then come back into downward facing dog. So walking it out and down dog. And lift your right leg back behind you, stretch it, bring it back down, left, inhale, exhale, bring it back down, right leg, inhale, lift, exhale, down, left, inhale, lift, and then exhale, back down. Step your feet wide, and then walk your hands towards your feet. And just coming down here, and clasping your fingers and just doing some wrist rolls as you're forward folding. Go one direction and then go the other direction. You might hear a bunch of cracks, it pops. So still forward folding, you can bend your knees. So just trying to stretch out the back and hamstrings as we are warming up the wrists as well. Maybe rocking from side to side as you're doing this. Alright, and then release, take that out, come up all the way, reaching up to the sky. Deep breath in, and then exhale, open up the arms, bring it all the way down. Inhale, sweep up. Deep breath in, exhale, sweep forward and down. Inhale, reach up. Right arm down to the right side of the body, leaning to the right, left arm overhead. Over to the other side. And then reaching up with both arms. Inhale and then exhale, hands to the heart. Clasp your fingers, press down. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, take the hands back behind you, clasp back behind you, pull back. Look up, exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Reaching up. Exhale, clasp and press. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release back behind you. Inhale, pull back, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale, now side bend to the right side. Come back to center, side bend to the left side. And then come back to center. Take the hands back behind you, clasp behind you. So make sure your feet are wide here, and then you're pulling back, bowing forward, bending knees, coming into a squat, dropping the head down. Breathing into the back here. Try to lift those arms nice and high, get those shoulders stretched. And then press through the heels, come up all the way, pull up through the arms as well, reaching up, inhale, and then exhale, arms down by the side. So stretching out through the wrists a little bit more, you're gonna push the right arm right in front of you, push out through the palm, grab onto pull the fingers back towards you with the left hand. So push that right wrist, heel of the hand forward and keep pulling back. So pressing that hand into flex position and then releasing and switching sides. Breathing deep. Try to relax your shoulders as you're doing this. And then releasing. Okay, shake it out. So just move your wrists around, shake, 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 and then lift the arms up to the sky. Deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Walk forward to plank pose. Lower through chaturanga, lift into up dog or cobra. Okay, and just holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, lift your right arm to the sky. Bring your right hand down. Come back into down dog. Step your left foot forward. Lift your left arm to the sky. Bring your left hand back down. Come back to down dog. Again, right side step. Lift your right arm. Bring it back down. Back to down dog. Lift. Lift your left arm. Bring it back down. One more time on each side. So step back to down dog. Step your right foot. Inhale, exhale, step back, step, inhale, exhale, step back, down dog, walk it out. All right, look forward, lift your hands, step or hop up to them, halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold forward, inhale, rise up all the way. Reaching up and then exhale. Okay, first we're just going to start with some knee up. So with your right knee, you're going to let it go over to the left side and then down. So just circling up. And just working on that balance here. Hip warmed up, hip crease warmed up, hip flexors. Get that outer hip warmed up. And just do one more. Second side, left. So the left knee goes to the right, and then out to the left. And just try to get the knee as high as you can. Going for range of motion. As best you can, try not to hold on to anything and just kind of let your body figure it out. Practice, practice, practice. One more. All right, and then just leg swing. So the right leg with the straight leg. So practice pulling it back. So when your leg swings back, you're gonna activate your glute muscles and your hamstrings when you're reaching forward. That's activating your quad muscles, hip flexors. So try to find both those range of motions here. Just notice the different muscles activating each side, and let that go and switch sides. To left, and again, as best you can, try not to hold on anything and just let your body kind of figure out how to balance while in movement. And if you keep on falling out, then that's a good sign. That's your body trying to figure it out. Making little corrections. All right, and then release that, and then just go swinging from side to side with the upper body, arms wrapped around the waist. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. arm swings and butt kickers with a squat. So coming down, and then we're gonna cross the right arm over the left arm, and then as we stand up, then we're gonna kick the butt. So bring one leg back behind, and then come down, switch which arm is on top, and then the other side. So down, cross, up and open. Down, cross, up and open. Inhale, exhale. When you open your arms, try to do what I'm doing. Just try to open the palms, maybe rotating the hands so they're facing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so getting more rotation, just making your body work a little bit more. Heart rate should feel like it's getting somewhat up there. It's a good sign. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Okay, and then just again, shake it out, cross your arms, twist from side to side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We're gonna get started right away. So again, 4 different groups of exercises, 4 different exercises per group, and 4 groups of exercises all together, 2 rounds through. So the first group of exercises will be traveling bear. So front to back. You're gonna have a flat back for this one. We've done this before in other videos. So we're gonna try to have a flat back. So just go into tabletop first. If you're learning how, then you're lifting your knees up off the floor. Try to keep that flat back. Contralateral movement, so you're lifting the left hand and the right foot off at the same time. Bring it down. And then other side, other side. So if you need to kind of exaggerate like I'm doing right now, and you're hardly moving, but then eventually, then you're just not thinking about it too much, and then you're trying to go for speed. So walk quickly to the front of your mat, and then walk quickly to the back of your mat. Keeping your knees off the ground the whole time. So that is bear. Holding the high lunge will be for 30 seconds. Right leg forward, left leg back, and arms overhead. So just holding high lunge. And then we're doing high lunge to our high lunge step through. So we're gonna start back into this within animal flow loaded beast. So you're in tabletop pose, you lift your knees, and then you pull your bum to your heels. So kind of like a squat, hovering squat there. From that position, we're gonna step the right foot forward, high lunge, hands down, back to that squat. High lunge, reach up, plant, step back. Right leg will need help the whole time. We'll do the left leg on the next round. Then for the last 50 seconds there, we're doing spinning crab. So you are belly up, and I have my hands out to the sides, not fingers pointing straight back behind me. That just allows for a little bit more control of this movement. So you're in the crab position. You're going to start with one leg up in the air. So start with your right leg. You're gonna take that right leg underneath your left leg. So you come to beast for a second, and then you spin right over to your belly up again, and then your left leg will lift up. And then your left leg goes under, and then your right leg goes up, under, and then you just keep spinning as best you can in control, trying to do it fast, but staying in control. So I'm just switching which leg goes under, so which leg does the under switch. That is that for 50 seconds. Okay, let's get started in our first 50-second exercise here, traveling bear. You guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so again, just working on control. Fingers spread nice and wide. Looking down, try to keep that flat back. It's hard if you don't have a mirror and you're not kind of used to the movement here, but just make sure that you don't have your bum up in the air. You're not in down dog. You're trying to keep the knees hovering above the floor. So that's a good way to check yourself to make sure that you're not in that down dog position. with your knees hovering above the floor, you should feel that in your quadricep muscles quite a bit more. And in your core muscles, they should be on, activated the entire time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so right leg forward, left leg back in a lunge. Make sure your knee's not going way over your toe. And go. And just try to, again, bring the heart rate down. If your heart rate got up there, breathe out through the mouth. Keep your back flat as best as you can. Breathe into it. If you need to take little breaks, then definitely go ahead. First round's always rough, but we'll get through it. 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it out. Going into the loaded beast at the back of the mat. So tabletop pose, and then pull yourself back, step, okay, go for it. Reaching up, down, squat, step, reach, plant. Pull back through the hips. Exhale when or you're inhaling, lifting up, exhaling all the way back to that loaded beast. All right, that was 30 already. Okay, ending in the spinning crab. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick up a leg, take it underneath, and spin all the way over, and then the opposite leg will come up, go under. Okay? So don't be afraid to come off your mat. That's the fun of it. Woo. So you'll end up having the opposite hand and the opposite foot off at the same time here for a second before you spin to the other side. Always landing back in a crab with the other foot and hand up in the air. Okay, good job. That was group 1. So that's how that's gonna go. This next, first one is going to be pouncing tiger or pouncing frog, however you want to see it. However you want to see yourself today, a tiger or a frog. Anyways, leaping forward animal of some sort. Leg intensive, so you're going to be at the back of the mat, basically very squat oriented. So we're going to reach forward and then come here, back. Okay, and then you can make larger jumps here. So if you reach way forward and you reach back, you can do these kicking motions, which makes it extra hard. Almost like you're gonna plant and then try to pop your hips up high so that you're almost gonna kick up and do a handstand there. So it's explosion. And it's easier to go back than forward, but try it any way you like. Try and stay in that squat though the whole time. Traveling back and forth. Then we're gonna hold high lunge on the left, then do those lunge step throughs on the left side for 30 seconds, and then just good old mountain climbers. So in plank position, fast or slow, driving the knees up for that full 50 seconds, getting that cardio up. Okay, pouncing tiger or pouncing frog. Frogs can pounce, sure. Okay, 50 seconds, you guys. Let's go. So you're aiming for a bit of hang time, if possible. Almost like you're trying to just kick your heels into your bum, but travel forward at the same time. lot of dropping down the head, tucking the chin in, trying to get the hips up at the same time. It's a tough move. Okay, left leg for lunge. Oh my goodness. That looks easy. Left leg forward, right leg back for lunge. So we're just gonna hold this lunge. Ooh, and let those legs sizzle in all that lactic acid. Arms alongside the ears. 9 seconds left. 2, 1. Okay, so the step through. So we're going to be stepping through with the left leg here. So loaded beast, 2, 1, step with left leg, lift up. Plant, back, step, lift, plant, pull back. Step. Oh, those legs should feel like they're on fire. Especially if you did those kick-ups and the traveling frog like I just did. You should feel your legs talking to you right now. Okay. And then mountain climbers. Ending in mountain climbers here, 2, 1, go. So try to keep the bum down. You're not doing this up here. Travel down. Knees nice and low to the ground. Again, that's another good way to check yourself. Make sure the knees maybe even sometimes scrape the floor so that you're not getting your hips too high. Drive the knees though. Seconds left. Keeping the core engaged. Four, 2, 1. That was awesome. That was really good. Okay. 2 groups down, 2 more to go for round 1. Okay, we've done this before, traveling sideways ape. So you're going to stay in this low squat here, and you're going to reach over. So I'm going over to the left. You're reaching over, and then you bring your legs over. So you plant your hands first, and then your hips follow through. So plant, and then push your hips all the way over to this side, okay? It's a lot of side control. Just going back and forth. So if you're just using your yoga mat, then you're probably just gonna do one plant to the one side, use your middle of your mat to plant your hands, and then just travel back and forth. But if you want to, if you have the whole room, you can kind of dance around the room, as long as you're doing, so you can do that for a few times and then go back the other way. Totally up to you. Okay, it's all about timing. We're timing it for 50 seconds, so you're just trying to do as many reps as you can. Now we are doing the holding, what's called deep ape in animal flow. So lifting the heels, basically kind of like a plie. Your knees are going to go wide, your hips are going to go really low, nice and low, and then your arms are just going to come out to a T, and we're going to hold that for that 30 seconds. I'm not going to demo that for too long because that is painful. All right, then we are doing just good old push-ups. So chest push-ups from the toes if you can. If not, then you can drop the knees to modify. Again, that's just going to be for 30 seconds. Try to do as many as you can. Then we're going to hold that beast position that we started with, that traveling beast. basically tabletop, hovering the knees position. So that's all you're doing. Just checking out your knees, hovering them for that full 50 seconds. So you'll notice your legs kick in. It is a core move. It's like just as good as plank. You'll feel it. You'll see. So traveling ape, 50 seconds, you guys. Let's go. Start. Okay, and then just staying low in the squat. And all of these kind of movements, these traveling animal movements, all about just really grounding, really kind of widening your base. Imagine you just want to have all that control, all that awareness. You know, just in case some predator attacks you, and you got to be ready for it, right? You don't want to expose yourself too high off the ground, just in case you need to roll out of something and move quickly. So building those leg muscles. Okay, that's it. Building those core muscles. Okay, now holding that squat, deep ape. Okay, nice and low. Lift your heels. If it's too much to lift your heels, you guys, you can always drop them onto the floor. But start with lifting those heels. That way you're getting your calf muscles fired up at the same time. Try to drop your shoulders back. Breathe. Keep your chest lifted. Woo-hoo. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, push-ups. Get a break from the legs. I did that on purpose. Push-ups will feel like a break. Okay, go for it. All the way down, all the way up. Inhale down. Exhale, push and extend the arms. Keep your legs engaged, so push up through your heels, just like your plank. Try to move your body all in one line. Okay, that was it. And now we are just holding the beast position. So get in your tabletop pose, go for it. Okay, so just check out your knees as they're hovering and just see if they can get down even lower. Okay, your hands are just in front of your shoulders, wrist just slightly in front of your shoulders, maybe directly underneath. And you're just holding and waiting, just checking to see what's going on in your body. Keep your core muscles on here. You should feel that in your shoulders. Like I said, you should feel that in your quadricep muscles. Should be firing up the whole time as well. Only 7 seconds left. Try to keep that straight body line, not a down dog. Okay, and that was it. Okay, so that was group 3, and then we have one more group to go for the round. See what I mean by sneaky cardio here. All right, we are doing, so beast, sit through, burpees. So you're going to be here, and then we're going to kick through, jump forward, jump up. And that is going to be your burpee. Then we are going to hold crab position. So just holding this, so not down here. Try to lift up here, squeeze your glutes, lift up your hips, and press your hips into extension. That way you have a little more activation, and that's going to be for 30 seconds. Tricep dips. So like I said, if you have blocks, use them. If you have a bench, use them. I'm going to use blocks, and you can walk your feet away so that you're in straight legs. and then you're just doing these tricep dips. Okay, you're not doing this, so if you have bent knees, you're not doing those hip thrusts. You just want to keep your hips nice and low and make your arms do all the work, okay? So full extension, then bending your elbows. If you don't have any blocks, then you're just doing the best you can, just pulsing. You're going to be in a shorter range of motion, but you're still going to target those triceps. Just make sure that you go full extension with the arms and you bend your elbows as much as you can till your bum hits the ground. Okay, so that is that one, and then ending on scorpion, down dog, knee up push-ups. That's a long-winded one. Okay, we're gonna take your left leg up, and then we're going to scorpion out, so it's just gonna come around, and then your knee, left knee is gonna land on your left elbow. We do a push-up, and then you kick that leg away, and sweep it up, bring it down. Right leg comes around, lands on your elbow, do a push-up, push it away, and then down, okay? So try to make it a little more flowy. I just did that fast for demo purposes, but you can do it as slow as you want. You're gonna alternate sides. Okay, let's get to it. Beast sit through burpees. 50 seconds, go. So you're in beast, kick through, jump forward, jump up. Jump back to that beast shape, to the tabletop shape, kick through, jump forward, jump up. Seconds left. All right. Okay, and then we're doing holding the crowd, just like crowd position for the 30 seconds. So again, just try to keep up your hips, rolling your shoulders back. Here's just bringing the heart rate down here, so breathe out those through the mouth. Feel free to rock a little bit if you want, opening up the shoulders a little bit more. All right, that was that, and then tricep dips. Go for it. So again, you can have your knees bent or your legs straight for more intensity. Squeeze it up. If you want to stay here at the top, then that's fine too. So maybe you don't have any blocks today. Maybe you're just holding and just trying to lift and squeeze so that your triceps are contracting. You're rolling your shoulders back and you're just holding that asymmetric stretch or isometric hold to contract the muscle the entire time. Moving on. Scorpion down dog, push-ups. Okay, down dog, left leg comes over to the elbow, push up, oh, push back, sweep around, bring it down. Right leg, woohoo. Down and then up. Okay. If you don't have the strength to pull it back, so you're doing that push-up, maybe your right knee comes down, then you press up, and then you can kind of sweep back nice and low. The knee and the push-up, adding that knee to that push-up definitely is, it changes the game a lot, but again, just try to do as many as you can. All right, so that was it. That was group 4. Okay, we're going to do another round of that, starting at the top, less talking and more action. So drink some water, not too much. And after that, we're just gonna do a few added ab exercises in there. But we'll just get through this first HIIT portion and talk about that later. Okay, traveling bear. So traveling bear, you're on your tabletop pose, high lunge step throughs, and crab to beast. Okay, let's get started. 50 seconds, go. So traveling. Okay, just walking forward, walking back. Make sure those knees are nice and close to the floor. Make sure your back is flat. Like I said, if you want to go faster, if you were trying to just practice, then you're just doing these exaggerated motions. So exaggerate, hold. Exaggerate that hold. Okay, contralateral movement, especially if your body is not used to crawling motions. Takes a little bit of coordination. Almost there. All right, that was that one. And then we are holding high lunge. So we'll do the right leg forward, the left leg back, arms alongside the ears. And just breathing here. At the same time, you're activating this left glute. So it's almost pushing forward, and that'll stretch that left hip flexor while you're at it, while you're really torturing your legs at the same time. So win-win. 2, 1. Okay, so right leg's gonna step forward in the step through lunge, starting loaded beast. 3, 2, 1, you're back here, you step, lift your arms, reach, plant your hands, step back, go faster. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Think about breath control. I am just exhaling and inhaling. So I'm exhaling all the way back here, and then I'm inhaling all the way here, okay? Okay, now we are doing the crab to beast. So starting crab, go for it. So lift the leg, kick it under, and then come back to where you were. Kick the opposite leg up, kick that under. Bam, bam, bam. Definitely easy to do on a floor than on a sticky mat. Maybe it's easier to do on a carpet. Okay, spin all the way around. That was it. Good job. So hopefully that went more smoother for you on that first round, now that you kind of got familiar with the exercises in that first round. And then the more you do it, the more your body's just gonna get more and more used to it, and it'll feel more like a flow. Okay, so next one, bouncing frog tiger, and then the high lunge on the left, and then step through on the left, and mountain climbers. Let's get started. Ooh, not looking forward to the pounds. Okay, 50 seconds, you guys. Go. So again, you can do what I'm doing, kicking up and bringing my heels into my bum like I'm gonna do a handstand, but I'm also traveling back and traveling forward. Okay, if you don't want to do that, then you're just doing these little hops. Hop, hop, hop and push, hop and pull. Either way, you're gonna feel that in your hips and your quads. Feeling your shoulders if you're not used to that. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, here we go. Left leg, lunge. Left leg forward, right leg back. Go. Bring the heart rate down. Go to your happy place, which is what I'm trying to do. My legs are just totally drained from that last exercise. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, back of your mat. We're gonna step through lunge. So loaded beast, down nice and low. Okay, step your left foot, reach up, plant down, come back. Go faster. Like I said, inhale up, exhale all the way back. Controlling your breath is also another way to control the movement, and gonna really focus. Focus your attention. Exhale, exhale, and then inhale. Okay, that was it. And then we have mountain climbers. Go for it. You can go slow. So mountain climbers, you can pick it up like I am. Try to keep the bum down low, like I said. Knees close to the floor. So my arms are locked. Legs are engaged, core is engaged. Trying to drive the knees up. 10 seconds. Go faster. 4, 2, 1. Ho, 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 ho. Good job, everyone. Okay, that was round group 2. Round 2. We have 2 more groups, and then we're done. Done all the mostly hard stuff. Anyways, traveling ape is next. Holding the deep ape with the arms out, push-ups, and then holding beast. Let's get to it. 50 seconds, let's go. Start it up. I'm exhaling as I'm pulling myself over. Inhaling as I'm coming up. I'm not standing up all the way, I'm staying in that lunge. If you want to make it more floaty, if you want to get your hips up higher, then that's the way you can make it more intense for yourself. Seconds. Follow your breath. Exhale, and then inhale. Exhale, inhale. Okay, that was it. Holding that deep ape lunge. Heels up, arms out, go. Just concentrate on lifting your chest, relaxing the shoulders. Woo. Try not to die. If you feel like you want to go lower, if this isn't challenging you, definitely go lower. Make sure your heels are up high though. 3, 2, 1, done. Push-ups. Remember this? This was your break, right? 3, 2, 1, go. Exhale, inhale down, exhale, push. And and straighten the arms. Try to move your body in one line. If you're doing this and then like doing this weird worm thing, then keep your knees on the floor and at least have from your knees to your shoulders one straight body line so that your core can be engaged and you can learn. Your shoulders can get stronger. And then holding beast. So tabletop pose, knees hover, hands under shoulders, breathing, bringing that heart rate down. This is for 50 seconds. So that's just getting into that idea of endurance. Here, try to hold something to the end, face it all the way to the end, stick with it, and just keep breathing. See where you can tap into in your mind to get to that place of perseverance, right? We got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. All right, it's definitely not easy, and I made it not easy. So, but it's something to work towards. We are doing our last one, and it's going to be beast sit through burpees. Then we're doing holding crab. Then we're going to do some tricep dips, and then we're going to do the scorpion down dog, knee in with push up deal. So that'll be the last one ending on a bang, and we'll just get through it. So beast sit through burpees, getting the cardio up, starting in your beast shape. Tabletop, knees hovered, go. And then kick your leg under, pull your arm back, other side, jump forward, jump up. Seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Holding crab. It's nice, relaxing one. Lifting up your hips, squeezing the glutes, and relax. The rest of the body. Keep engaging your glutes though. Keep holding that hip extension. Maybe you find this just extra tough no matter what and you can't bring your heart rate down. Try to just focus on the breath though. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. There we go, and next one is the tricep dips. 2, 1, and go. And then exhaling. So you generally want to exhale when you are pushing into something, when you're contracting a muscle, and then you're inhaling as you are lowering or relaxing that muscle. 2, 1. Okay, now it's that. Okay, ending in that scorpion. Push up. 2, 1. So lift that left leg up. Oh my goodness. Kick it back, bring it down. So do that sweepy thing with the leg. That might be the easiest thing. And good for practicing, good for just hip mobility, is just a big sweep around. Then that's where the challenge is, that push up, the sweepy part back, just feels good. rush through this unless you're a machine and you just want to get out as many reps as you can. Go for it. Alternating legs though, make sure you're alternating legs. All right, that was it. So high fives everyone. That was the end of that group and that second round. Okay, oh my goodness. We're just gonna do a bunch of core now on the floor, and then we'll get into more of a cool down. So come onto your mat before the heart rate gets down too low here. So we're gonna stand up, we're gonna lay down, and we're just going to reach a leg to an opposite hand, and then reach out that other arm. Arms alongside the ears, pop up, and rotate. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. If it's too hard to keep that leg straight, then if you need to bend the knee, then do that, but try to keep the leg straight as best as you can. 2 more on each side. All right, and then coming into hip lift, so arms alongside your body here, and then we're just going to reach the legs out, bend the knees, straighten legs, hips pop off the ground, and then legs go out, heads on the floor. So working the low abs. As I'm popping my hips up and I'm kicking my legs up, I'm squeezing my low abs here, and I'm pushing my hands into the floor. Big exhale as well as I'm lifting my hips. Four more. And there. Okay, give yourself a hug. Roll up onto cross-legged position. Reach forward and then come back. Inhale. Reach forward. Then take the hands back. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, lift up. Okay, rolling back onto the spine, lifting the hips up, and now doing some bridge reach throughs here. So we're going to, with the left hand, we're going to reach over to the right corner of the mat and then bring the shoulders back onto the floor. My hips stay lifted the entire time. And then we're just going to go the other side. So this is just meant to be a stretch and just a mobility exercise here. So don't worry about reps, you're just finding out how your body moves here in that range of motion. So twisting and then bring the shoulders back in. Reach, bring it down. Cool down. One more on each side. It's kind of loosely timed here. I don't have the timer on. So bring the knees or bring the hips back onto the floor. Again, we're just going to do a rocking, rolling like a ball motion. My hands are not underneath my knees, but if you want to make this easier, then you do that. Okay, so just rock and then try to get a little more control out of it. Okay, and then rock up. Okay, so now we're going to just have be on your seat here. We're going to plant the left hand back behind you, and then we're going to just walk the feet in, nice and close. And then we're going to press up into an extension. Look over your right shoulder and then bring your top arm, your left arm alongside your ear. And just try to kind of make this kind of window out of your arm, okay? And so you're just kind of doing this wild thing or rock star kind of motion that we do in yoga, but you're putting your hips into extension. They're really good for that shoulder and hip mobility. And then we're gonna bring it back down onto the floor. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So left hand's gonna plant, and then your right arm. So pop up the hips, squeeze your glutes, make that window above your head with your arm, just holding there, and then release down. Okay, other side. Breathe and release down. Switch to the other side. Really try to pull that top shoulder back so it's alongside your ear. And release down. And we're gonna do one more on each side. And release down and switch. And then releasing down. Cross your legs and reach forward in a forward fold. Breathe. And now pull yourself forward so that you're in tabletop position. Down dog. Tuck your toes. Walk it out. Lift your right leg up into the air. Bring it down. Lift your left leg up into the air. Bring it down. Step your right foot forward. Left knee to the floor. Arms reach up. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, then exhale, twist to your right. Left elbow onto the right knee. Okay, so twisting. You can stay here. You can lift up your back leg, your left knee off the floor, if you want to go into that higher lunge. And just remember to breathe. Try to get the center of your chest to your thumbs, or your thumbs to the center of your chest, pulling that right shoulder back. Let it go. Look down, bring the knee to the floor, hands to the floor, straighten the front leg, so you're in that half monkey split. Rock back, maybe sitting on your left heel, maybe you're here, halfway, somewhere in between. Flex your right foot, grab onto the toes, and then right away, grab onto the inner part of your foot, so the inner arch and the big toe. Grab onto that, just that, so that your pinky toe kind of pushes forward. Breathe into that sensation, try to stick with it. Switch sides. Grab onto the pinky toe edge, outer edge of your foot. Push your big toe mound away and forward. Then let that go. Come forward into lunge, step back into plank pose, lower through chaturanga. Lift into up dog or cobra, and then come back to downward facing dog. And lift your left leg up into the air. Step forward with your left foot. Drop your right knee to the floor. Take your arms up to the sky here. Then your hands to your heart. Let's twist to the left. Rotate, drop your right elbow down to the knee. And maybe lifting that back knee off the floor, your right knee. Breathe. Letting that go, hands down to the floor, and then dropping your back knee to the floor. Pull back, straighten out through that left leg, toes lifting, half monkey split. right away grab onto your inner edge, your big toe mound, pull that towards you, push the pinky toe forward. Breathe. Switch, pinky toe side now, pull the outer edge towards you, push the big toe mound forward. Then let that go. Come forward into lunge. Step back into plank pose, lower through chaturanga. Lift into up dog or cobra. Just holding that extension, breathing deep, shoulders pulling back. Slowly look over to your right shoulder. And slowly look over your left. And then come back to center and then downward facing dog. Walking it out, breathing it out. All right, looking for it, stepping or hopping down the knees, spinning the legs around back into a seated position in cross-legged position here. Moving into a twist, lifting the arms up, inhale, twisting to the left. Right hand onto the left knee, look over the shoulder. Release, reaching up, inhale, exhale, over to the other side. And release. Keeping your right shin forward here, we're going to lean to the right so that your left knee can bend back behind you and you're in a pinwheel-like position. So right shin more parallel to the top edge of your mat, and your left knee bent back. Maybe more like a 90-90. Or something like that. So pinwheel, we're going to start leaning to the left side. So we're going to reach out to the left and then do this side bend so that right side can get a good stretch. And then go over to the right with the left knee, or holding the left hand onto the right knee. And then we're going to go back over to do that side bend. Right arm over top, back. Twist one more time, doing the side bend, and then do the twist. Just short holds there, and then we're going to go forward. Okay, and holding this a little bit longer. So kind of like pigeon pose. If this feels like it's just way too easy for you, or you're not feeling quite the stretch in your glute muscles, then you can pull this back knee back behind you even more. And then draw forward. More bringing the shin to your chest. So you can lay your chest right down to the floor, and you can kind of keep walking your back knee back. So to easier, the knee's going to be right up, maybe even touching your foot. Harder, way back behind you there. Maybe even you just want to go to pigeon pose with the legs straight back behind you and your hips more square, then you can do that as well. Okay, holding that position though, folding forward. One more breath. Again, then slowly come back up. And then we're just going to rock and then spin the legs to the other side. So your left shin is forward and your right knee is bent back. Okay, so we're going to start with the twisting and side bending. So first we're going to side bend to the right side, so that right arm is going to reach out as best as you can. You're just doing the side bend. So You don't have to make it look like any crazy side bend. It's hard if you have that tight hip here, and you can also prop your hip up, but we're not going to hold it for that long. So we're just going to do that short side bend. Now we're going to twist to the left side. So the right hand on left knee, look over the shoulder, try to lift tall. Okay, back to side bend. And then back to the twist. Keep breathing, make sure you're still breathing. And then back to the side bend. And then back to the twist. Okay, and then come back to center and then bow forward. So like on the other side, you can walk this right knee, kind of pull it back for more intensity, or pull it right more onto the foot for less intensity. Try to draw your chest as close as you can down to the floor and breathe into that stretch. Alright, so take your time, you're coming back up. Okay, and then we're just going to spin around, and then we're just going to do seated windshield wipers. So you're just going to be on your seat, your hands are going to be back behind you, and then you're just going to rock the knees from side to side. So basically you're rolling over from one glute muscle to the other here. Also a really good warm up too, especially if you're about to go for a run or a ski or a bike. Good way to just kind of wake up those glute muscles, wake up the hip flexors, and get things active before you engage in your sport. Definitely recommend the seated windshield wipers. Okay, so back to center, and then we're gonna get down onto the back. So like before, rolling like a ball. Either hands at the chest, rocking back, popping forward, or grabbing onto the backs of the knees. Do the same. If you've had it, then you just want to relax and go to happy baby pose, and we'll meet you there. We're just going to do 3 more of these. Okay, and then back on to your back. For happy baby pose, the knees are coming in, and you're grabbing onto the knees, you're grabbing onto the shins, you're grabbing onto the feet. Rocking now from side to side. So it could be just little rocking motions, maybe a little more rocking over to the right, more to the left. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out here, bringing it down, winding it down, and moving into Shavasana. Okay, so back to center, and then grab onto your right knee with your hands there, pull that right knee in towards your chest. And just begin to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Guide that right knee over to your left side, down to the floor, as close as you can down to the floor, and just keep using the weight of your left hand to help you guide the leg down and intensify that stretch a little bit more. You should feel that really nice release from the low back, and move through your IT band on that left side, move through your glute and your hip flexor on the right side. And with your right arm, you're just stretching it out and enjoying, taking up the space, finding some movement, maybe just finding some stillness here, focusing on your breath. So taking your time, coming back to center, give that right knee a good hug in, and then send it away, and then switch legs. Hold into that left knee and give it a good squeeze in. Keep squeezing, breathing. At the same time, the right leg, try to relax it down to the floor, pulling it down to the floor. A little bit of activation as you are hugging that left knee. And then releasing there and guiding the left knee over to the right side to do this side, reaching out through the left arm. And breathing into the back, breathing into the belly. Notice yourself, notice this twist shape in your body, and then notice how you can breathe a long deep breath in a twist. Kind of like wringing the air out. Take your time here. From here, we are coming back to center. Give yourself a massive hug. Reach up, both knees come in. Breathe into your back. Give yourself lots of love, lots of gratitude. And then release yourself down. So the feet onto the floor. Let's do a couple windshield wipers. Reclined windshield wipers, and then we'll get into Shavasana. Let the knees drift left and right. You can reach out through your arms and kind of feel more of a twist happening through your body, which also feels great. Or you can bring the arms alongside your body. You can also reach your arms alongside your ears and do the same twist motion. Getting that air cycling through. So eventually here we're just going to bring it all the way down to Shavasana. Bring yourself into more of a closed position, unless you like to just bring your arms out, take up lots of space, which could also feel really good in Shavasana, as long as it's going to be comfortable for you and not so distracting where you kind of second guess your decision halfway through. So check in with yourself and get into that position that feels good. Prop yourself up, blanket yourself if you feel like you're going to get cold, and then we will get into it. So start by taking that deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly, fill the lungs, and taking a long deep breath out through the mouth. Some sound following that breath. Long exhale, completely emptying all the air out, and begin your breath cycle again. Deep breath in through the nose, expanding the lungs, expanding the belly. counting practice here, that 5 count in and 7 count out. If that feels, if it feels like your heart rate is slowing way down, then you can move that ratio up to a 6 and 8, or to a 7 and 9 and above. Just be sure to make sure those exhales are about just slightly longer, a couple seconds longer than your inhales, to help your body relax, help your mind slow way down so you can get into that meditative state. Start to feel your heels relax down into the floor, softening the calf muscles, any gripping around the calf muscles and knee, back of the knee, back of the thigh. All relaxing the muscles to help restore the muscles. Completely relaxing the right leg and the left leg. Let them feel supported by your mat and by the earth. Feel heavy and supported by those, with your hips here, your low back. Feel your mid-back sink into the floor along with your upper back and your shoulder blades, taking up more space on the mat. Feel on your exhale your arms heavier along with the backs of your hands. See if you can relax your shoulders even more. Soften the sides of your neck, the back of the neck, to let the head be completely supported by the mat and by the earth. Allowing your whole body to just feel heavy yet weightless at the same time. Allowing the breath to smoothly come in through the nostrils, filling the lungs, filling the belly, smoothly move out. Relaxing all the muscles around the face and eyes. Relaxing the jaw muscles and the tongue and the mouth. Softening the throat, collarbones, chest, and abdomen. Feeling your whole body breathing and your whole body relaxing together. without the need to rush. Just bringing the awareness back into the body with just the movement of the breath for now. So noticing your chest rise on an inhale, your belly rise, expand, and draw in on the exhale. Notice a subtle lift in your back, sides of the body on an inhale, and draw it back down to the mat on the exhale. And bit by bit, just kind of growing that energy through the body to reawaken through the fingers and toes. Maybe rocking the head from side to side and adding on, reaching, adding on twists, any twists that feel good in the body, yawning, rolling or rocking over onto your right. And when you're ready, you're making your way up to seated. So namaste, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. Have a great rest of your week, and hopefully we'll see you on Monday for Vinyasa Flow if you're into that, or on Wednesday for another HIIT class. So let me know how you like this class, and yeah, leave a comment below, and like this video if you liked it, and share it if you liked it even more. Check out more videos on my Facebook page for archived videos from the past, and on Melissa Shuby YouTube channel. All right. Peace out, everyone. Bye.